The mainstream press is something that is just an absolute evil. They will go out of their way to destroy anybody who just runs afoul of their narrative. And that's exactly what we're having today with a Baen Books author who's up for a Dragon Award for his alternate history book that's out now. Now, Tom Kratman has been a wonderful military science fiction author for decades. He is one of the most respected authors out there in the field, and it's crazy how it's very clear that Publishers Weekly is just taking a torch to him on their little mini review in order to just try to get people to virtue signal against him. It's backfiring, though. This is going to sell Tom a ton of books. It's going to probably propel him to the Dragon Award win because people hate this kind of crap happening from these companies. All right, I'm going to get into some publishing industry depth here, guys, because I know a lot about this stuff and a lot about how this marketing works from these companies like Baen Books and Publishers Weekly. We're going to talk about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. My name's John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author myself. I write wonderful science fiction. If you like the stuff from Baen, the high-action adventure stuff that they publish, you're going to absolutely love my Ayla Rin sci-fi graphic novel. And if you're a book reader, not a graphic novel reader, I do have a novel on the campaign as well. It's called Into the Black. You can read it as a standalone novel. I, of course, think you should read the whole series because the comics and the novels together, this multimedia thing, we're building something that's great to replace Star Wars. And check it out, especially if you just like my reporting here, want to support the channel. It's a good way to do so. That's Kickstarter link is in the description below. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We just have a crazy amount, almost to 25,000. Thank you again. And at 25,000, we're adding a short story to this by Battletech military science fiction legend Blaine Pardo. So big win at 25K. Help us get there today. Thanks again. All right, so Tom Kratman put out a book last year, as he usually does. He's been a writer for a long time. You might know him from his Hugo Award-nominated story, Big Boys Don't Cry, which was a lot of fun. I came this close to adapting it to comics back in 2017 under a publisher. Maybe I'll get back to that. It was a cool story. But that's an aside. He's known for his books like Caliphate, which were just fantastic. Of course, he takes on a lot of the Islamic extremism in his books, and he's known for his writing of just hard-hitting, awesome action for military combat tactics and things like that in there. And he takes really good care of the detail of it because he is a colonel himself. He understands military strategy and philosophy, and he really layers that into his books. It's a really cool thing and very unique to his writing. Now, Tom is unabashed about his political opinions and leanings and all that, and that ends up coloring a lot of his books too. So I, of course, agree with a lot of his stances, so I enjoy his books quite a bit. But if the mainstream publishing industry, their paid reviewers and things like that, catch wind of it, they have problems with it, which is what happened with Publishers Weekly. Now, all of these companies go out to Publishers Weekly. They pay a fee to them to review their books. The Publishers Weekly, often gives them little blurbs they can use to put on the book covers, dust jackets, and things like that. It's like an old legacy kind of thing that Publishers Weekly used to just kind of be where you would get stuff, talked about. So they've got their newsletter, etc., and they kind of list it. It almost looks like a just description of the book with the ISBN number, things like that, old catalog system, something from back in the day that's really a relic of an ancient time. It doesn't matter anymore, but these old pub groups just use the same marketing, and this is about it. I mean, you work for an old pub company. They send it out to their little review list. They send it out to Publishers Weekly, and that's the marketing you get as an author from these big companies. It's not very much at all. You really have to do your own legwork, which is what a lot of people don't realize. So you can see the review right here. Military SF writer Kratman, the Desert Called Peace series, which is his main awesome series, turns to time travel in this reactionary. You see it in the first sentence, reactionary. That's a negative colored word right away. Nostalgia-laced outing. And you can see that this guy just has disdain for Kratman immediately on here, whoever wrote this. After stumbling upon an unexpected time portal, Sean Old Man Eisen gives his grandchildren a tour of Boston as youth, taking them back to Christmas time, 65. Also, an unexpected are Sean's reversion to his 20s, and an alien predator feeds off the pain, fear, and especially the psychological torment of others. That's using Boston as its hunting ground. Eisen, always prepared for trouble, is heavily armed both with firearms and military training, so it's a standard Tom Kratman character. Attracting allies and human and alien alike, he and his unbelievably precious grandchildren take the fight to the extraterrestrial threat. So pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out on audiobook very shortly, because just seems way up my alley. So this is where it gets kind of crazy. In the second half of this, it looks almost innocuous except for the reactionary word up front. But here's where the guy obviously tries to get people not to buy this book. And he says, Kratman, leaving the technicalities of time travel aside, instead lavishes much attention on the details of the setting and his character's combat prowess. That's pretty standard for a Kratman novel, if you don't know. Leaving a deeply conservative ideology runs throughout. And this would be okay, but here's where the guy gets really pedantic about it, and he clearly doesn't like Kratman. Often given voice through Sean's observations about differences between past and present, the Democrat Party of my time, he tells the 60s Democrat, is a wholly owned subsidiary of a new class of amazingly rich, denationalized, and globalist plutocrats. This is one line from the novel. And Tom Kratman's 100% right here. The Democrat Party of now is a wholly owned subsidiary of a new class of amazingly rich, denationalized, and globalist plutocrats. That's true. And here he goes. He follows up with digs at the LGBTQ rights and sexual revolution, arguing that it actually reduced women's choices. Again, true, based. And Kratman does nothing to differentiate the views of his characters from the philosophy of the book itself. Well, of course, a main character typically is going to, your protagonist, your hero, is going to identify philosophies of books. That's writing 101. You're going to have that with any good author. The main character is going to exemplify the themes and what the author wants to say. Of course, bizarre. Or it's going to be a reverse of that if it's a non-heroic character. But if it's a heroic character, you can expect that. So this is a weird dig, which does not speak to the quality of the writing at all. It just speaks to the guy's mad that Tom Kratman's a conservative. That's all this is. While the author's flair for fight scenes is undeniable, there's little else to recommend in this. And then he throws a little passive-aggressive dig right there, right? And so this guy was trying to get people to not buy this book with his review, which to me, this made me want to buy the book. I'm just like, oh, cool. Yeah, Democrats suck. LGBTQ community is toxic, and feminism is cancer. Cool. Kratman's based. Let's read this. That's my thought. It backfired, and this has become a popular book among fans to the point where it got nominated for the Dragon Awards. And this is what I wrote in my Substack article, which I also recommend you subscribe to. I'll have that in the description below. We always talk about the things that nobody else does here. It got nominated for the Dragon Award for Best Alternative History, and it is available to vote for right now. So Kratman spoke out on this. He said, Dirty Water was nominated for a Dragon Award in alternate history. He said, I ordinarily scorn awards. He said, but in this case, there's a certain prominent magazine that published a hit piece review of Dirty Water, and I'd really like to hammer the award up their collective ass before giving it to Tony Weisskopf to put on the Baen Award shelf. Register to vote here. And so, I highly recommend voting for this beautiful book right here. John Ringo's also up for an award, which is great. And it's pretty funny to watch how these reviews out there by these establishment goons try to torch somebody, try to destroy their work, try to signal that this is something not to be bought, and actually throw shade at it not because of the quality of the writing or anything like that, but just because of the themes in it, which and the content, which is political. And that's exactly what you get here. If this guy, if Tom Kratman did the opposite, and he was saying, and had a Captain Kamala or something stupid like that, and talked about how the LGBTQs were the best things in the entire world, this guy would be cheering it on, even if it's the exact same writing style, exact same quality. And that's why these reviewers, this Publishers Weekly stuff, is not to be trusted anymore. The old guard in publishing is dead. This kind of thing is just a joke. And, if Publishers Weekly doesn't recommend it, that means it's something for us to recommend over here. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Very cool of Kratman to get a Dragon Award nomination. Congratulations on that. I hope this book sells 1 million. Hit the like and subscribe button, and please back our work, The Hidden Emperor, right here. This is something blacklisted by almost every publisher out there, and we are moving forward anyway. We're crushing it despite the mainstream media trying to cancel us at every single turn. And it's all because of you, all because of your support, and we appreciate you. That link's in the description below.